Hello, my name is Dan from Terrytown and welcome to your Cougar 22 MLS. Just going to start right up front here with your front power tongue jack. You're going to have an on and off switch for the lights just in case you do need to hook up at night. You have your retract and extend for your power tongue jack here. Coming right up top, right in this little black circle tab. If this happens to electrically go out, you can go ahead and peel that tab up, insert a tool, and you can manually override this. Code right behind here to your two propane tanks. You're gonna have a little switch here, so green means there's a steady flow of propane going through it, and of course when it turns red, that means there's no more. We just ran through this, so it's gonna say green, but in reality they're both closed on both sides, so that's just left over. So going along with that, whatever supply you want, you just pull this little black tab too, and then that's the supply that you're getting from. So of course this way, this tank, that way, that tank. You're gonna have your battery here and then your battery disconnect right down here. With this, you just twist this to either power on or power off, and that connects and disconnects the battery from the inside of the camper. So that's all right there. Inside here, you're going to have this switch for these front cab lights on both sides. And then you are also going to have a sewer hose port, which I'll show you where that goes in just a minute. And then you have this crank, which is going to be for your stabilizer jacks. And then the front cap, or the front power tongue jack there. Coming along to your water heater. Mainly with this, you just go ahead and turn it on with that little switch right there. You just got to make sure you have water coming out the hot side of your faucet before you do, and then to end up releasing it, you just go ahead and pull this pressure release just like that, and it's gonna shoot all out. Obviously I'm not gonna hold it because there's still water in there, that's why I flinched so hard, but besides that, that's where that goes. Here's a docking station right here. So with this, let's go ahead and put that down right there. And so the tank flush, so right down here, black tank flush, I'll go over that in just a moment. As you have your city water connection right here, and then you also have a tank fill if you move it to the left there. So what I mean by that is with the city water connection, when you get to a campground, this is what you're going to want to plug into. And then for the tank fill, it's just fresh tank fill. So if you're, let's say you're going on a vacation to a national park, and you need to camp there, you're not going to have city water connection. I'm just going to block this wind out here. So you're going to want to fill that tank beforehand, just outside, just to make sure you have a overflow of water. So just in case you're not hooked up to city water connection, you still have that little extra water, so you are able to have running water while you're not hooked up to city. Otherwise, here's your outside shower port, so that's what that little hose is for over there. You just have your hot and cold side of the line, so you just shove it right in there. And then right down here is going to be your low point drains, hot and cold line right there. So stopping right back here, this is going to be your sewer connection. So on the left side is going to be your black tank, and then this right pole is going to be your gray tank. Your black tank is going to be your toilet, so that's going to empty out your toilet tank, and then the gray is going to be for showers and sinks and stuff like that. So what I do recommend doing is the black tank first, just because solids do come out. So what I highly recommend doing is just pulling that black tank, letting it open, letting it flow out, and when it's done, leave that open. Come all the way back over here. Put a pressurized hose into this little flush here. That's gonna be your black tank flush. So with that, you just screw a hose right on in there, and then that's going to activate a small sprinkler inside the black tank to help flush anything out. So when you're done with that, pull your hose out. Come right back here, close your black tank, and then go ahead and open your gray tank, just because it gives you one last little flush before you go ahead and put your hands back on there. Here's your camp power or shore power right here. And then on the back, cable satellite hook up there. Spare tire on the back. And coming along to this side, you're going to have your satellite and cable, and then your 110 outlets, just in case you do put a TV outside, you are able to still get that connection. And right here, furnace exhaust, so when your furnace is on, all the extra heat is going to be kicking out of here. So for any little kids, animals, anything like that, just make sure to keep them away from this port here. Otherwise, going up to the front here, we're going to have your 25-foot drinking hose, a 110 adapter. So if you do need to plug this into your house at any point, you can go ahead and do that to start cooling your fridges or something like that. Right here, going to be sewer hose. So when you do decide to empty out, black tank, gray tank, that's where this comes in play. I do recommend getting a quote-unquote indestructible one or an upgraded one, just because that's going to last a lot longer. And then last but not least, for the outside, just make sure you have your door completely open before you decide to put your stairs up, otherwise this will scrape up the side of your door here. You just lift up, put it in, twist to make sure that those little pieces there are behind the frame, and then once you're good, it's not going to move out. For your legs, if you do need to adjust them, you just press in that little button and move it up and down. Otherwise, you take it out, twist, pull. It's kind of hard from hand. There we go. And you go ahead, let it fall to the floor, and make sure it's completely flush on both sides, so you can't fit a finger or anything under there. The reason why I say that is because if it's up a little bit and you go to slam your door, it could damage the bottom of it when it's closing. Otherwise, that's going to be it for the outside, and we're going to head in. Moving to the inside here, you're going to have your water heater. Since there is water in there, I'm just going to turn on a little bit, just to kind of run you through it. You just run up and down for temperature, and you can switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit as well. Otherwise, it's just on and off like that. Right down here, this is going to be your in-command system, so this is going to have everything you are going to need. So the password is 0000, but then once you actually get it, then you have to switch your password. But otherwise, just starting off from left to right, you're going to have your fresh tank, black tank, and gray tank reader, and then you have your fresh tank heater and waste tank heater. So just to make sure, once again, turn this on, make sure everything is nice and heated. So if you're camping in cooler temperatures, you're not going to have to worry about any of that. HVAC, so this is where you turn on and switch around your fan settings. If that'll open up. There we go. So you have cool, heat, auto, and off. Fan, you can choose fan settings, and then when it's on cool or hot, you can go ahead and set your temperature. Otherwise, for the lights here, tap that, bedroom, ceiling, and awning. Slides and jacks. Open this up, so kitchen and sofa slide, you hold out, and then it's going to move. Just like that, it's going to die out, and then you're fully extended. For your jacks, you're just going to want to hold out until you hear it hit the ground, and then hold it for maybe a half second more. You go ahead and let go. In the event that one side goes down before the other, and you go outside and you check, and of course one's down and one's not, just keep holding it. As soon as the other side hits, the other one's going to come down right with it. And then once again, as soon as you hear the other one hit, just make sure you go ahead and let go after about a half second after it touching the ground. Awning light, you can control that, or you can hold it in or out. The main thing with the awning is when you do fully extend it, you're going to see the flap it's sitting on, or the end of the flap, and then you'll be able to see the black bar it's on behind it. And then settings, of course, is where you go between your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, switch your passcode, anything like that. And then you have your battery, water pump, and then you can just turn on and off the interior lights with this. Otherwise, battery heater, once again, for cooler temperatures, flick that on, it's going to warm your battery so nothing freezes. And then coming into your chairs here, just go ahead, take a seat. The grab should be right here on your left side. Just go ahead, pull it. It's going to kick back. You can lay down. And you also have lights. And you have massage and heat seats. Then you just sit up, use your heels to close it right back in. And over here to our refrigerator. Right up top there, you just twist and that's going to choose the temperature. And for the freezer. You don't have anything to worry about. You're gonna have your microwave, fan and light, and for your oven and stove, you just lift up like that. Turn on your light, and you press turn to start releasing the gas, and then you spark to ignite, and then it lights up just like that. For your oven, you press turn to the pilot symbol, and you're gonna sit there and spark, spark, spark until you see a small flame appear at the very back piece of your oven, right back there. Once you see the flame appear after sparking at the pilot symbol, then you go ahead and adjust to your temperature needed. Where's back here? I still got your keys in my pocket. The gray ones are going to be for your baggage doors. The purple ones are going to be for your main doors. And then that little switch that I showed you that had the cable and satellite in there is going to be for these silver keys right there. Otherwise, the main things for the bathroom is just going to be foot flush for your toilet. And the main two things are going to be toilet solution that you're going to need and RV grade toilet paper that you're going to need. The toilet paper is just going to help break down easier, so you don't have to worry about clogging, anything like that. And then the solution is also going to help break down solids, and it also kind of helps break down smells as well. Right down here is going to be your carbon monoxide detector. The little green light is going to indicate that it is on and running, and that's also a downside. So since it's always going to be on and running, it's going to drain your battery if you're not plugged into shore power or anything like that. So when your battery disconnect is off, it's all closed up, just double check on this, because some are stubborn, some aren't, some actually listen. So when you turn off your battery disconnect, just peek your head inside here, make sure that little green light is off, and then you're all good to go. In the off chance that it doesn't turn off when you turn your battery disconnect off, just make sure you take the negative end off of your battery, and then that will finally die. And that will include your orientation. If you do have any questions or anything like that, please write them down, bring them in when you come to pick this up, and then your show-through guy will then help you answer any of those questions you might have or anything along the lines of that. Otherwise, congratulations, and I hope you enjoy.